The Glass Highway, America's transparent interstate that would have changed road trips forever. Imagine driving across America on a highway made entirely of glass. Not just the road surface, the entire structure. Transparent tunnels soaring 200 feet above the ground, suspended between mountains. Solar generating glass beneath your tires? Wildlife crossing freely below while you glide through the sky? In 1968, this wasn't science fiction. It was Project SkyWay, and it almost got built. British architect Norman Foster proposed SkyWay as America's bicentennial project, a 2,000-mile transparent interstate from New York to Los Angeles, elevated above the landscape. The pitch was irresistible. Preserve wilderness while revolutionizing travel. The glass wouldn't just be a gimmick. Advanced photovoltaic panels would be embedded in the road surface, generating electricity from traffic and sun. The highway would power itself and feed excess energy back to the grid. Every car driving would be helping generate clean energy. Elevation solved everything. No more wildlife collisions. Animals would pass underneath freely. No more landscape destruction. The pillars would have minimal footprint. Flooding? Build above it. Rock slides? Not at 200 feet up. Snowstorms would hit the ground below while drivers sailed through clear skies above. The experience would be transformative. Drivers would feel like they're flying. Panoramic views in every direction. At night, embedded LED strips would create a glowing ribbon across the continent visible from space. Foster called it turning infrastructure into experience. The structure would use a revolutionary hexagonal glass steel composite, stronger than concrete, lighter, and completely transparent. Wind tunnel tests showed it could withstand Category 5 hurricanes. The material could self-heal minor cracks using embedded resin channels. Then reality struck. The material existed in labs but had never been produced at scale. Manufacturing enough transparent load-bearing glass for 2,000 miles would require building entirely new factories. Cost estimates exploded from $50 billion to $200 billion. Maintenance became the nightmare scenario. A single crack in the glass would require closing entire sections. Bird strikes could shatter panels at highway speeds. Ice forming on transparent surfaces would create invisible death traps. Engineers had solutions, but each added billions to the budget. The psychological factor nobody anticipated: acrophobia. Test drivers in a prototype section experienced severe vertigo. Some refused to drive above 30 miles per hour on transparent roadways. The human brain wasn't wired for roads where you could see straight down 200 feet. Then came the privacy concerns. Transparent highways meant constant visibility. Law enforcement loved it. Perfect surveillance. Civil liberties groups hated it for the same reason. The highway would be a 2,000-mile glass cage. Environmental groups that initially supported it reversed course. Birds would see straight through and collide with invisible barriers. The reflection would disorient migrating species. Noise pollution would travel further without Earth to absorb it. By 1975, oil prices had quadrupled. America was in recession. The bicentennial came and went. Project SkyWay died quietly in committee, killed not by technology, but by economics and fear. Today, short transparent walkways exist in tourist spots, tiny echoes of Foster's vision. The longest is barely 300 feet, nothing close to 2,000 miles of glass suspended across a continent. Modern engineers say the technology finally exists. Advanced polymers are stronger and cheaper than 1,960 seconds glass. Computer modeling could solve the psychological and environmental issues, but nobody's proposing it. The dream feels too audacious now. America's highways remain concrete and steel, cutting through landscapes rather than floating above them. We chose the practical over the spectacular, the proven over the revolutionary. Project SkyWay remains the ultimate what-if, a road trip that would have felt like flying, a highway that generated more energy than it consumed. A structure so beautiful it would be the destination, not just the journey. This was Unbuilt Visions, the architecture that never was.